Hi everyone, welcome to my kitchen. Thanks for picking up a grab and go kit from the library for the quick mixes, and hopefully you'll find those helpful. And I just thought I'd make this quick video to show you what they look like and kind of just talk about making them and the process and everything. Your kit, if you got a kit, you would have gotten a little jar and a white lid. This will hold probably the taco seasoning and the Zesty Italian dressing, but not the other ones. But I'll show you what I've been putting mine in a little bit. So speaking of the taco seasoning, let's start with that one. I made up a batch. I started making my own taco seasoning quite a while ago, just because I wanted to control what was in that. And the packet, I had no idea what was in that packet. Some of the things I couldn't pronounce. So it's easy to make. I just make them in that little jar that you got in your kit, and that is equal to one of those packets of taco seasoning. Now I will tell you that I do add cornstarch to my taco seasoning when I want to make tacos. That kind of is a thickening. It makes it kind of thicker and everything. But if I'm just making like a batch of taco soup, I do not add that cornstarch because I don't need that thickener in there. So that's taco seasoning. Oh, and the other thing is the 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. I first made it with that and it was too spicy for my family, so I cut that back quite a bit. So you can certainly do that. So that's the taco seasoning. So the Zesty Italian seasoning mix looks like this, and it is very easy to make. Obviously you just add all the ingredients and you shake it, and then if you want to actually make the dressing, you go ahead and use those instructions that are on there. And I just wanted to let you know that I like to actually make the dressing, and then I like to marinate fish in it. So we fish in Canada every year, and we marinate the fish, some of the fish fillets, in the Zesty Italian dressing, and it's really good. Then I went ahead and made the homemade ranch seasoning mix, and this actually turned out really good. It smells good and everything. That first ingredient, the dried buttermilk powder, I had no idea what that was, but I found it at Walmart, and it's reasonably priced. So dried buttermilk powder is at Walmart, and then you just add all the rest of the ingredients, and then 3 tablespoons of this equal one of those ranch seasoning packets that you buy at the store. So you can make the veggie dip with it by adding it to sour cream, or you can actually make ranch dressing with the mayonnaise and the buttermilk. The onion soup mix turned out like this, although I will confess it's missing an ingredient, because the beef bouillon ground up, I had beef bouillon cubes, and I thought, okay, I'll just put them in a Ziploc baggie and pound the heck out of them with the rolling pin, and they did not want to break up. So I didn't add that yet. So it's going to look a little bit differently, but this smells really good too. And you can make the soup out of it, onion soup, by adding the boiling water to it. But what I use this for is, this is equal to an onion soup packet, and I put this in the crock pot with a can of cream of mushroom soup, and then put a browned pot roast on top of that with carrots and potatoes, and let it cook all day, and it's great. It makes a nice gravy with that. So that's just an idea as well. Okay, so the next thing I made was hot chocolate mix. And I do not buy hot chocolate mix. I've always been the one who makes it on the stove with cocoa and milk and all of that. And so I was kind of anxious to try this, and I actually got it all mixed up, and I haven't actually made a cup of it yet, but I'm anxious about that. And so this makes obviously a lot. This is a quart jar, and you just need a couple tablespoons in a cup of milk. So that will make a lot, and I think this would make a really good gift too. It has actual grated semi-sweet chocolate in there, and I will confess that the instructions say you can grate it in a food processor or a grater, and I thought, okay, I'll try the food processor first. It's back here, and it kind of just glumped together and almost melted, and I thought, okay, I'll grate it, I guess. And so then I got the old hand grater out, and I started to try to grate it, and I was like, no way, this is This is crazy. That's going to take me forever. So I tried the food processor again, and I just persisted, and it did. It finally got it and up into a finely grated chocolate. So I'm anxious to try that. And you can add, of course, the marshmallows after you make it, or the whipped cream, or extra chocolate, whatever you want to do. Brownie mix is the next one I tried, and that one was really super easy. Obviously, the 5 ingredients that you just put in, and I mixed it all together, and I put it in a Ziploc baggie. Obviously, you could use a smaller Ziploc baggie than I did, and I literally just wrote the instructions on there so that I don't have to find my recipe card when I want to make a batch of brownies. It's all right on there, and this just makes an 8x8 pan, so that's easy. And I had rarely made brownies from scratch because the box mix was so easy, and so I'm really anxious to try these. I will be putting nuts in mine and probably extra chocolate chips. That's just my family. Obviously, you can do whatever you want. You can put peppermints for the holiday. The last one was the all-purpose baking mix, also known as the Bisquick mix, the Bisquick mix, and I was really excited about this one too because we love to make pancakes and waffles on the weekends, and I actually make biscuits quite often as well, so I was really anxious about that. This one was also very easy. I did have to break out my electric mixer, which I did, and it is right here. It's purple, and I love that thing. To get it all mixed up, but with just the flour and the baking powder and a little bit of salt, and then that shortening that you just mix up, and I got it into this container. You can tell that it's kind of clumpy, but it's not lumpy. It kind of clumps together because of the shortening, but that's what Bisquick looks like. If you buy that, that's what you get out. And then there's directions on the recipe card for pancakes and waffles and biscuits. It's basically the same recipe. It is the same recipe that is on the Bisquick box. So I'm anxious to try this because, like I said, we make those a lot. So I'm anxious to hear what you think of the recipes, if you make them, if you've tried them, then actually using them, and what you think, or if you have your own recipes for other mixes or other recipes for these mixes, let me know in the comments. I'm really anxious to hear about it. And if I do try the others, because I've used the taco seasoning a lot, but if I try the other ones, I'll let you know how they are. Thanks for trying the grab and go kit. Good luck. I hope it works well for you.